Welcome to Geeked. I'm joined with Cal and Wajid, and today we're going to talk about Star Wars. Since the release of Mandalorian and Grogu is this week, I thought we'd talk about Star Wars, the sequel trilogy, the prequel trilogy, the OG trilogy, how Star Wars has affected us, our thoughts on the movies. But to start off, I do want to talk about weekly news. Basically, we've had a bunch of news this week. I just wanted to talk about it. Starting off with the Lanterns trailer. A few moments, an hour or two before we started filming this episode, the Lanterns
Three
trailer
hours
dropped.
now.
Yeah, 3 hours
3 hours.
ago, the Lanterns trailer dropped. Um, what did you guys think about it? Cal, we'll start
Holy
off with you.
mid, bro. Holy mid. I mean,
I watched it.
okay. In comparison to the first trailer, I liked it a lot more. I like the emphasis they're putting on the ring, and I like seeing young Hal and old Hal. I like some of the was it conflict they're building between John and Hal. But I don't like the idea of only one of them being able to wear the ring. In the show, obviously, we'll see the execution, but only one of them being able to wear the ring is kind of stupid. Bro, the whole point is that it's Green Lantern Corps. There's a whole police force of them. So I don't understand why we're doing this in the show.
Yeah, I'll be real. I thought it was mid as well. I mean, it was better than the first trailer, definitely. Better than the first trailer. The first slop they gave us, True Detective knockoff.
I
I think
mean, you're saying that, but True Detective is very, very good. So
exactly. But Green Lantern, it's lanterns, bro. Why are we doing True Detective? I mean, why, bro? They're just trying to copy Peak. Um, but I think it's just pretty mid. I think they do. I liked that they showed Hal actually using the ring. But again, I mean, there's still not much green. I mean, there's more green in
Brigitte,
this call than there is um, in the trailer. Did you
Yeah,
manage to watch the trailer before you before this episode? Or?
absolutely not. I have not done my homework. I've got no prep. This is going to be a very common
we
theme.
love to
So to
see
all
it.
the
Okay,
listeners
one thing I will
listening,
say is,
you're going to hear this a
sorry,
lot.
what were you saying?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I like the joke in the opening with him making the money with the ring. I liked whenever the ring is in a shot, how much emphasis is put on it, how much power is put on it. And to be honest, I thought it was alright, but then when they showed Hal in the suit, I was like,
The
no!
suit does look weird. The suit looks very weird. I mean, it looks very chunky, I guess. Like it looks like he's wearing like
It
his
looks like it
dad's
doesn't fit
suit.
properly.
Yeah, it looks like he's
I
wearing
think
his dad's suit.
it looks like when he's younger, the suit is very bright and is a lot more vibrant compared to in the present, where obviously now it's all grey and worn out. I
Yeah.
also like the idea that the show is taking place in two timelines. Obviously, we got news on that on Thursday, where one story is in 2016 and the other is in 2026. So I assume we're going to be introduced to John in 2016. Hal will die in that time, and then 2026 is all the current stuff. So I don't think any of the 2026 stuff is in the promos. I
Yeah,
think everything we've seen is from 2016.
I think. Oh, do you think? Oh, okay. I thought maybe 2016 might be young Hal Jordan.
I think young Hal is going to be in the 2016 stuff as well, but he's going to be like John looking back on who he thought Hal was
Mm.
and how Hal's like reconciling with his past now with that. I like the idea. I don't like the hero being Hal Jordan, but I like the idea of having the hero look back on his younger days and contrast that with obviously how he is now in his old age. Now
Yeah.
he's very past his prime.
This week has been a lot of news for DC. We got some updates on the Batman Part 2 casting. Um, we
Mm-hmm.
got we got Sebastian Stan and Scarlett Johansson joining the cast of the Batman Part 2. Um,
Heavily rumored to be the Dents.
Yeah, they are rumored to be the Dents, and I mean, I love Sebastian Stan, and I do love Scarlett Johansson. They are both really good actors. I think, yeah, I think Matt Reeves. Every time Matt Reeves posts something on Twitter, it's like a nice blessing from above. It's like he
And then,
just
bro.
blesses us with his amazing tweets. I'm always so happy whenever he tweets.
Majid, thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's fantastic casting. If you had to ask me prior to this, like who I'd want to play Harvey Dent, I would have said Sebastian Stan. Like, I just think if it had to be anyone, it had to be him. The Scarlett Johansson casting, I mean, I'm not like, I feel like there could have been a plethora of people who could have, you know, had that role, but I mean, I guess I don't mind giving it to Scarlett Johansson. It's always nice to see her on the big screen, so I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining.
I mean, I liked her in Marriage Story.
I liked
I
it in
actually haven't seen
everything,
that yet.
Mm.
but yeah, Marriage Story, she was great. It's great.
I've seen two of the Baumbach films, but I haven't seen Marriage Story, which I know is meant to be his best.
This week, Obsessions came out, and that was a movie by a YouTuber. I haven't seen it yet. Carl, what's your thoughts on Obsessions? I know you
Uh,
watched it.
Best movie of the year so far, 5 out of 5.
Five. Wow.
Insane. Under a million budget and it's grossing what, like I think nearly 20 right now, which is obviously very good. But beyond the financial stuff, obviously it's just an incredible movie. Incredible pacing, which was something I picked up on. And obviously the main thing that people are flocking to right now is Inda Navretti's performance, who again loved for years because she was in Superman and Lois. So always nice to see someone from that show doing well. And she is like insanely good in the movie. You think going in, oh, the performance is overhyped. There's no way it's as good as people are saying. No, it's probably the best performance I've seen in years. She can do all like the huge moments as well, and she can do all the little moments. There's one moment where like I don't want to spoil obviously, but you can hear her screaming and it's like over a phone call, and that was like stuck with me for like I think I saw the film 4 days ago now, 3, 4 days ago. Insane stuff. Michael Johnston, or Johnston, I don't know how you pronounce his name. I haven't seen him in anything before, but I think he's like really underrated in this. He comes off as like really relatable and like everyday guy at first, and then as the movie goes on, you're like, wow, this is the worst guy who's ever lived. And obviously, they did the 4:3 ratio. I think it was. I think don't quote me on that. The cinematography is really good, specifically the way they play with the lighting and how her face is lit for most of the movie. And again, I don't want to spoil it, but there's like one point where she does like a backwards walk, and bro, I jumped. Every like second thing in the movie, I was having like a physical reaction to. I love watching movies that make you feel like shit for watching them. I love stuff like that, which is really weird to say, and this movie made me feel like that for most of the movie. Also, I'll be honest, yeah, the screenplay has been like really underrated in my opinion. I think it's really well written, and I'm surprised. I'm pretty sure Curry Barker he wrote it, he directed it, he edited it, and he cameos in it as well. And he excels at all four things. Just incredible stuff. I think obviously I've mentioned I'm not really a horror fan, but literally everything this man makes until the day he dies now, I'm gonna be there day one. Best of the year so far. And my other film that I said was
And
best of the year was the drama. And I think I already said in it as a double feature. I think those two will go insanely hard. So yeah.
does it break into any of your top lists, like your top 50, your top whatever? Does it break into any of your lists?
Yeah, actually it does. I loved it a lot.
What's it breaking into?
It's breaking into the top 50.
Sahil, have you watched it?
I haven't had the chance to watch it yet. I've been busy, but it is definitely on my list.
Busy. Busy.
Busy, yeah, busy.
Who do you think setting this all up? Who do you think is
Oh,
setting this
okay,
all up?
okay,
Who
bro.
do you think
Calm down.
He's
Calm
always
organizes
down.
trying to
this?
Power through.
I put so
Cool,
much
power
hard
through.
work into this.
he's always trying to pull rank, man.
I had to
Oh
edit
god.
last week's episode as well in like the span of like 10 minutes. It took a long time. The amount of times I had to edit the audio file because you kept screaming or the audio files kept going all over the place because you kept moving the mic around. I had to edit that. I spent I
Allow it,
spent
bro.
my personal time to edit your audio files. Okay?
Blah blah blah. By the way, listeners, he doesn't pay us a single penny. By the way, so we're
And,
doing all this for free. All of this for free. You know what? Carl, let's just walk off. Let's
bro,
just walk
god.
off. Right?
I did about £50 a minute, bro. Come on.
Yeah, that's crazy, crazy. Okay, this week The Boys is coming to a close. The Boys season finale is
Bro, what
arriving this
rising,
Wednesday.
bro? What rising? What are you talking about?
So The Boys is supposedly ending, um,
The VCU, bro?
but it does feel like they are leaving room for a ton of spin-offs. Me personally, I'm not a big fan of this season. I do think this is the weakest season. It just feels very slow. It feels like it's not going anywhere, and it doesn't feel like a final season. It just feels like they are opening a lot more doors rather than closing a lot more doors, a lot of doors. I mean, that's normally what happens during a final season: is you close doors, you end storylines, finish character arcs. Instead, they're introducing new characters and adding more people to this. and it's just crazy. I mean, we've got an hour and 10 minutes left, and why do we need to know MM's meaning of his name? Like, why do we need to know the meaning of MM's name and the backstory to it? That should have been something done in like season 2 or season 3 even. You know, not when there's like an hour and 10 minutes left of the entire show. What are we doing? It's actually crazy. I think this season is very weak, and I don't know how they're gonna manage to clutch up in the final hour. It's actually crazy. Since Mandalorian Grogu is dropping this week, I want to know your
Uh,
guys' opinions on Star Wars and yeah, as a universe and the movies. Um, let's first start off with the OG trilogy. What do we all think about the OG Star Wars trilogy? Me personally, I think it's top 5 trilogies of all time. I think most of us do agree with that. If anyone disagrees with
I
that,
think it's top three trilogies of all time, and I don't think it's two or three to be honest.
you think it's the
Agreed,
greatest
agreed.
trilogy of all time, better than Back to the Future, yeah,
I like Back to the Future
Yeah.
more, but I think Star Wars is better.
better than Lord of the Rings.
I haven't seen Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I think the OG Star Wars trilogy for me personally, I think it's like uh two. Yeah, I think Lord of the Rings is number one for me personally. I love Lord of the Rings. I think it's
I
an
think A New
amazing
Hope
trilogy.
is my second favorite film ever. Perfect movie. Empire is even better, and then Return of the Jedi is like a solid 8, 9 out of 10.
Yeah, you
My
hate on
favorite
Return of the Jedi.
trilogy is the Alvin and Chipmunks trilogy.
You see,
Holy
we have a real ball lower in this call.
real ball knowledge. You're welcome, listeners. Now you got a bit of fucking taste and class. Before it was pure garbage and bullshit. Now you get some real takes. This is pure
What do you love about the Alvin and Chipmunks trilogy then?
the girls, the female chipmunks,
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite?
as I commonly refer to them as the hoes. Yeah, cut out.
Do not check his
It's
hard drive,
staying
bro.
in.
Do
That's
not check
staying
his
in.
hard drive.
That's staying in. I'm not going that. Um, okay, now let's go on to a more controversial thing, the prequel trilogy. Now. Let's all be silent for a minute and listen to
Let's not
Cal's
be
take.
silent. Let's
Cal's
kill these
take.
movies. Yo,
Cal's take
people
on
that
the
like these
prequel
movies
trilogy.
need to be taken down the peg. These movies are shit. They're dog shit. Why are we glazing them? Why are we pretending like they're good?
Okay, so I don't think the prequel trilogy is as bad as this guy thinks it is.
No,
Um,
no, 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 no. The prequel trilogy, I've taken shits that are more compelling and better written than the prequel trilogy.
What?
Exactly.
I do agree with the fact that Phantom Menace is very, very weak. It's very weak, but I do enjoy the end fight with Darth Maul. That's probably the only good part about that. Is the fight scenes in the
Agreed.
trilogy.
You know, I loved how emotionally invested I was in that fight, you know. I really cared about all the characters there.
Holy
Okay.
sarcasm.
um,
You know what? Hey, let me just point to something. The Luke and Vader fight in Return of the Jedi mogs it. Not because it's visually better or whatever. It's still very well shot and very well scored. But we actually care about the characters and the conflict in that fight.
yeah,
The conflict, bro, in the Phantom Menace, you know what? I'll give it credit. I like Qui-Gon, and I think Darth Maul is cool. But I still don't care enough to like be really upset when Qui-Gon dies. So, okay, the choreography is nice. Obviously, the film sounds amazing. But when the actual fight happens, I'm just kind of like, okay, okay.
I do think Attack
Yeah,
of the Clones is the weakest out of the trilogy, but yeah, but I think Revenge of the Sith is a good Star Wars movie. I think it's the best out of the prequels. I think we can all agree. It's
I don't
definitely the
think it's. I
best.
think it's decent. I don't think it's good.
no, I think it's well. I'll be honest. If we're not including like Luke films, then I think it's probably my favorite. Like
Oh
that
yeah, yeah.
that
Oh wait,
ending
yeah.
that ending scene,
No,
like the final scene is so iconic. Like you could literally show that to anyone in the world, and like they'd be so captivated by it. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know. I just think it's a peak scene, man.
Yeah, the fight on Mustafar, yeah, it's just so peak, man. It's
you know
it's
what?
just so much emotion as well, and it's like the oh,
Too
it's
long.
just
Sorry for interrupting, bro. Go on.
Hayden Christian and Ewan McGregor put their whole heart and soul into that. It's just so peak. I like it. Um,
Crazy how George Lucas just didn't though. I really
No,
love the
no.
dialogue in that movie, bro. Nah, you
What
know,
in Revenge
I
of the
think the
Sith?
fight is really good, but I went to the the anniversary last year in cinemas.
Hmm.
Large coke, needed to piss the full time. I was like, oh, we got to the fight now. There's only like 5 minutes left. Yeah, why they just swinging their lightsabers around in circles 10 minutes later?
No,
It's
I
just
think the Battle of Mustafa is probably one of the best battles. Obviously, bar Luke and Vader's big fight. I am your father. Besides that fight, then I think the Battle of Mustafa is such a pivotal scene, and I don't know. I think it's just a
it's
really important
iconic. It's
scene
very
in all of
iconic
how,
as well.
and even in all of fiction, if we're being honest, because arguably some people say that Darth Vader is the greatest villain of all time. Do you know what I'm saying? So the Battle of Mustafa, it, quote unquote, created Vader. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously, I'm like, okay, I don't want to spoil it, but it's like an old ass movie. So I'm just gonna say, obviously, Anakin dies, whatever, and then he gets turned into Darth Vader. And obviously, he kills Padme and all sorts. But yeah, it's basically the origin and the birth of arguably the greatest villain of all time. So
Yeah, yeah, I
I
agree.
actually prefer the the fight with Dooku in the beginning, where he beheads him.
hmm,
Oh,
I don't know, man.
That's
It's
well, better than Obi-Wan and Anakin and Mustafa?
I
How?
enjoy him. I don't think it's better. I enjoy it more.
I think it's better. I don't.
I enjoy it more.
I disagree with that. Um, okay, now boys, what's your opinions on the sequel trilogy? Now I know Cal has the worst take of all time, so
Okay,
let's
let me
hear his
explain.
take
Let me explain.
first.
Let me go first. Let me go first. Let me go. Okay, listen. I think The Force Awakens is it's fine. It's like it's the easiest movie to like ever. It's just like the most mid okay movie ever. It's very derivative. It's not doing anything interesting. What I will say though is it's very well shot. It's very well performed. The characters' introductions are all great. I think the handling of the legacy characters in that movie is great. And I just think it's just kind of boring in a lot of places. I think the pacing can be a bit weird. But it's like the most generic summer blockbuster ever. Now we get into the fourth best Star Wars movie, The Last Jedi.
Yeah, okay, no, yeah, no, no,
No,
okay.
no, wait a
This is
minute,
where
wait a
you're getting
minute,
cut
wait,
off.
take his
You're getting
mic
cut
away.
off.
Take his mic away.
wait a
Put
minute,
his
wait a
mic.
minute. No, no, no. So I think that half of that movie is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Every plotline that isn't to do with Luke, Ray, or Kylo is pretty shit. But
That's the
the
whole
story
movie.
of Luke, Ray, and Kylo is as good as anything else in the franchise.
How are you saying Revenge of the Sith is boring, but
Because Revenge of the Sith is still mid, bro. I don't care how you slice it and dice it. Listen, okay, wait.
Last Jedi is just miles worse? It's just
No, it's not, bro. Okay, listen, listen, listen. Revenge of the Sith is very mid. It's weirdly shot. Is weirdly paced. Anakin's fall makes no sense. In the book, okay, wait. In the novelization of the movie, which is 50,000 times better than the movie, you actually get a lot of context to Anakin's fall. His mental health is declining. He feels overlooked by the Jedi, and he's risking losing Padme here. So you know that scene in the film where he's denied the rank of master and he just throws a tantrum for no reason. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. In the book, there's actual context to it because he needs the rank of master to access files that he think is going to be able to like help him save Padme. So when they deny it to him, it's more like the Jedi stopped me from saving my mother, and now they're about to stop me from saving my wife. But this time, I'm not going to let them. He also thinks that Palpatine's obviously a very close friend of his, and Palpatine's also sewing in his head that the Jedi are not to be trusted and they're about to overthrow me and all that. So in the book, there's actual context. The problem is the film that was originally a 500-page screenplay is only 2 hours and like a half. So a lot of that context is cut, and Anakin's fall is all because he loves Padme so much, and their romance is shit. Because let's be honest, their romance just does not work at all.
holy
Their
crap.
romance is not shit, bro. Their, holy up. No, their romance is not shit, bro.
We- We're just gonna move on from him, and I'm gonna give my take on the sequel trilogy. I think Force Awakens is probably the best out of the sequel trilogy. I mean, it's way better than Last Jedi. And if
No,
you're
it's
saying
not, bro. No, it's not. Listen, you that is the most like slop enjoy opinion ever, bro. J.J. Abrams is doing nothing interesting in
if
that
you're
movie.
saying so you oh man, Last Jedi is just so bad. Okay,
Listen, okay, what don't you like about The Last Jedi?
I just don't like it, man. I just
Well, okay, wait. Let me ask you a different opinion. When was the last time you saw The Last Jedi?
Last week.
no, it was like oh, what year was it? What year did the movie come out? Back in
2017, exactly, bro.
2017.
Go into it without like any agenda. Go into like a fully formed adult brain without any
I'm
agendas.
not
Go into
doing
it and
that
watch it.
though. I'm not doing
Look,
that.
bro. Listen, you're gonna tell me the same guy that made Knives Out, Wake Up Dead Man, Looper, then turned around and said, you know what, let me just drop a movie that completely has no redeeming qualities, it sucks. Okay, listen, even if you don't like the movie, cinematography, performances,
Oh,
all perfect.
that argument's that is the worst argument ever. So you're saying just because this director has made so many good
No,
movies,
no, wait,
he
wait.
can't have a
No,
bad
my
one?
point is here. My point is here. He is maybe in the top like three most consistent directors we've had in this like current climate. He is
But
maybe the most consistent in our current climate.
you know, I don't even know why we're arguing about this. I mean, the sequels and prequels are
No,
both trash. I
you,
mean,
you know why I'm arguing about this? Because there's a film straight after that discards everything The Last Jedi did. It is a movie written by Reddit, and it's the worst Star Wars movie, including The Phantom Menace and
yeah,
Attack of the Clones.
Rise of the Skywalker, we can all agree is
The
the
worst Star
worst.
Wars movie.
Yeah,
That movie
it
is written
somehow
by Reddit,
it
bro.
somehow managed to be worse than Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. I don't know how that's possible.
Bro, it's the same somehow Palpatine returned, bro.
Oh, that's fire right there. That's fire. Whoever wrote that line.
They fly
No,
now, bro. They fly now.
honestly, I haven't seen this movie, but if you're saying that it's worse than Phantom Menace, holy slop, holy garbage. Now,
Is
genuinely, is it really
true
like that
slop.
bad? If you guys had to give it like a rating, like I'll be honest, I know that Sahil is a letterbox basher, so I know the guy probably did a letterbox for it. What would you give it?
I wouldn't rate it. I'd give like half a star even.
I'd give it 1 out of 5 because the cinematography is really nice. It's, shot by the same guy that shot the TASM 2.
That can't save a movie for me. If a movie's
No, yeah,
bad,
it's not saving. It's not saving it, bro. It's 1 out of 5. You act like I just got on my knees and said greatest movie of all time.
no, it's still bad. But that is probably the Disney didn't cook with the sequel trilogies or the
You
prequel
know, you know
trilogies.
what it was. Wait, give me a second.
Yep.
So when Disney announced, "Oh, we're gonna make sequel movies," they took George Lucas's initial treatments, took like little aspects from them, they discarded them mainly, and then went to three different directors and said, "Okay, we want you to make this one, you to make this one, and you to make this one." The problem with that is they didn't plan out a story before, and the three directors they went to were all very different filmmakers. So J.J. Abrams is like, he's the studio guy. He's not going to take any risks or anything. And then Ryan Johnson, obviously, is not a studio guy. He's not, bro, he exclusively takes risks. And then the guy that wanted to do, was it, originally was going to do The Rise of Skywalker, then dropped out of the film. So they went back to J.J. Abrams, who then delivered another safe, rubbish movie. And, yeah.
I think yeah, sequels and prequels worst thing Disney have done, but Disney have cooked. Now, Cal, you have been watching Andor recently. Tell us what do you think of Andor?
I think it's the best piece of Star Wars media by far. And I think A New Hope is my second favorite movie ever. It's one of my favorite things ever made. I wouldn't be the same person without watching that movie. But I think Andor, which I just finished season 1 yesterday, is the best piece of Star Wars media ever.
I think that I haven't seen Andor yet. It has been on my list. I've been holding it off for a while. I do like Rogue One. I think Rogue One is an
And you've
amazing
seen Rogue One.
movie. I think Rogue One is really good. It's definitely one of my favorite non-mainline like Star Wars movies. You know, like Solo. Solo's crap in my opinion, but Rogue One is it's pretty good. I do enjoy it. It's definitely up there for me. It's just below the OG trilogy for me personally. I think it's the OG trilogy, Rogue One, Revenge of the Sith, and then the rest I don't really care. Um, I do really like Rogue One, so I am excited to start Andor, especially since you've been praising it now. Um, but yeah, I think Disney did cook with Rogue One, and you're saying they've cooked with Andor, but they've
Bro,
also
every second scene in Andor is like the greatest thing ever written, bro. Oh my goodness.
they've but Disney also have done The Mandalorian. Now, I have some yap for The Mandalorian. They absolutely cooked season one and season two of The Mandalorian. It's amazing. It is
I
really
think
good.
season 1 of The Mandalorian is amazing.
Agreed, agreed.
Yeah, I
Sorry, would you
enjoyed
want to
season.
say?
No, I think it's fantastic as well. Like the Mandalorian, I'll be honest, for a little while, like a little period, I really thought the Mandalorian was like one of my favorite shows. Like I thought this was straight peak, straight
Yeah,
fire.
yeah,
Like
same.
obviously the relationship between Mando and Grogu's like obviously adorable, so cute, whatever. Mando as a character alone, like that. I'll be honest, I know we've seen it a million times over in cinema, in movies, whatever. But that nonchalant act, cool, badass, mysterious, or it's just like I don't know. Obviously, you just stick to seeing it. But yeah, I thought he was like very well written. Him and Grogu's relationship was amazing. Just I don't know. It was just so peak. But to see what it was to what it's become,
Yeah.
holy fall off, holy fall off.
Yeah, it's fallen off. I mean, the Book of Boba Fett, so bad. But that just became Mandalorian season 3. Because how is Boba Fett being sidelined in his own show? He's literally in the title, and he has been sidelined for Mandalorian and Baby Yoda, bro. What are we doing?
Luke
What are we
Skywalker.
doing? It's like, what are we doing? Yeah, Luke Skywalker also came in as well. Like, bro, this is called the Book of Boba Fett. Boba Fett is literally in this show for like 3 episodes, and then boom, it's back to Mandalorian. And then Mandalorian season 3 is just pure slop. It is so bad. I really dislike Mandalorian season 3. I think it is just as bad as the sequel trilogy. Me personally, I think it is really bad. Jack Black and Lizzo being in that one episode, I mean, that was peak. But I mean, from where it's headed, Mandalorian Grogu, I'm not that excited for it. I am really not that excited for it. From watching the trailers as well. I mean, it just, I'll be real, it does feel like
I genuinely
straight up
think
Mandalorian.
it has two of the worst trailers I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I think the trailers are some of the worst trailers ever.
it just looks like pure slop, in my opinion.
I mean, the only reason I'm watching it is because it's the first Star Wars film to come out in cinemas in 7 years.
Yeah,
If it
just
wasn't
crazy.
Star Wars, I would not have watched it. You know what? There's a sitcom coming out on Friday called Finding Emily. I'm much more excited to watch that than I am to watch Mando.
Mando's just gonna be pure slop content. I genuinely, I'm gonna some predictions. I think it'll be like a two, 2 out of 5. I think maybe 2.5 if I'm feeling good. But as of right now, I don't think it will be good. I mean, from what we've seen in the trailers. Would you do you got any opinions on the movie? Or
Well, I'll be honest. I was gonna say something like just before you got into that section. I was gonna say like a little hot take. Now I know it's gonna sound crazy because I'm sure that like obviously the internet loves Baby Yoda and blah 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 whatever. But if you're asking me, that little shit is so annoying. You went from being so lovable and likable to being the most
yes,
useless bastard on the planet. Mando
yes,
would tell this guy to breathe and he'd struggle to breathe. Brother, what is wrong with you? Do something, please.
yes. He's speaking facts. He is speaking facts. Baby Yoda has become the worst thing to come out of Star Wars. Just Disney saw the hype that Baby Yoda was getting, and they just saw
Yo,
what.
it's not even just Disney, bro. Remember when with Superman they gave Baby Joey a toy, bro?
So what are we doing? What is this obsession with making babies the center of attention and just like using it to get money? I mean, what are we doing? Baby Yoda literally ruined Mandalorian. I mean, Mandalorian had a nice send off, sending off Baby Yoda. And then Disney saw that, oh, people really like Baby Yoda, let's bring him back. And it just undid everything that season 2 ended off with.
If
And
season Mando Reckoning and How to Live Life after Baby Yoda was gone, it would have been peak. But
exactly,
that's
exactly.
not marketable, so you know.
Like literally just Mandalorian being like a cool Western Star Wars. That was what how
100%.
peak season 1 and 2 was, because I'm a big fan of westerns. I love
I
the
think
Dollar trilogy, and I think a Star Wars western, which Mandalorian season 1 and 2 was, is peak.
Mhm.
What were you gonna say, Cal?
I think season one is our Star Wars Western. I think it's one of the best pieces, well, one of my favorite pieces of Star Wars media, not one of the best. I think season two immediately then turns into cameo swap, where oh, Ahsoka's here now, and at the end of the season, a character who has never interacted with anyone in the show shows up with a little deep fake face, even though they could have just got someone that looked like young Bob Campbell. So now whenever you watch that scene, it's like, why does he look like that? Bro,
I mean, it's better
yeah.
than them using AI. They use CGI at least.
I'd rather they just cast someone else. Sorry, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, I think they like some castings. I think weren't bad. Obviously, I think Pedro Pascal as Mando is pretty good. I think, sorry, I'm gonna butcher his name. I love him though. Gustavo Fring in it.
Yeah, Giancarlo
Him
Esposito.
as yeah. Him as I forgot
Did he
the
say
what's his
Jonathan
name.
at first?
I said Giancarlo, bro. I know how to speak Spanish.
Giancarlo.
Giancarlo, yeah. But yeah, his casting was amazing. Obviously, he's got such range, and he plays villains so well.
Alba
Also,
Husky,
just
yeah.
yeah, sorry, just as a little segue side thing, I feel like Giancarlo. Obviously, I know the two movies, the show and the movie are not related at all yet. But I feel like Mr. Esposito was so underutilized in what's it, Captain America: Brave New World or whatever.
Oh, what? Okay, why are we bringing up Brave New World, bro?
Why
No,
are we
you're about
bringing
to
up
make
Yeah,
me Red
Steve?
Hulk, bro. Don't be bringing up that
obviously,
movie.
I don't want to get sidetracked. I know this episode is about Star Wars, but I think it's just worth mentioning because I can't live my life without people knowing how underutilized that man was. What the
So
fuck?
true though. It's so true. He's an
First one with
amazing
the Black
actor.
Captain America and an evil president, and it's apolitical.
Just
Oh, holy!
that was a bad movie. But would you've just ruined my day bringing that movie up. You've just brought the ratings down of this pod like by a lot.
Sorry.
But um, yeah, to finish things off, I thought we'll play a game of agree to disagree. I'm gonna say an opinion or just say um, an opinion, and you just say whether you agree or disagree with it. I'm gonna say take or an opinion. We'll start off. The Avengers is a better superhero team than the X-Men.
Disagree.
Yeah, I disagree.
Yeah, I disagree as well. I think the X-Men are just brilliant. I mean, the X-Men is one of my favorite superhero teams. I
Mhm.
think the mutants and even the X-Men comics I prefer more than the Avengers. I enjoy
My
them.
favorite superhero team is the Fantastic Four, but if I'd say the best superhero team, I'd say the X Men.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like the X-Men feel a lot more interconnected, and I don't think like I feel like because I didn't grow, obviously I didn't grow up in the '90s or whatever, but obviously I grew up watching the '90s show, so
yeah.
like
X-Men
seeing them
97.
interact, yeah, sorry, yeah, seeing them interact in the house, and I don't know, like they just had
Oh,
such great chemistry.
I forgot to mention in the weekly thing, leak trailer for X Men '97, second leak trailer last night.
X-Men 97. Okay, you know what? We're gonna derail from the game
Oh
for a second.
yes, 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 yes,
Just
yes,
to
yes.
glaze X-Men 97. Because I genuinely think, I think it is one of the best superhero TV shows we've gotten. That may be a hot
100%.
take, but I think the animation amazing. And I
That is the
just
most coldest take ever, bro. Coldest take ever. Everyone should agree with that take. X-Men '97 is the best thing to come out since fucking sliced bread, bro.
oh well, wait, Kyle is looking at me weird.
No, no, I agree, I agree.
This guy's
I
gonna say
agree, bro.
this guy's
Don't look
gonna
at me
say
like that.
CW Flash is the way better show or something.
No, no, no. You know I hate that show. I don't even think season. I think season 1 and 2 of The Flash sucks as well, bro. I'm not even willing to type up for those ones and seasons.
Yeah, but yeah, no, X-Men 97 is peak. We've derailed to Glaze X-Men 97 because it's one of the greatest shows of all time. You know what? That'll get into my next one. X-Men 97 is better than Invincible.
Agree, yeah, agree.
Agree,
Bro, that's
agree.
a tough take. That's like a tough question.
You are just watching Invincible right now, aren't you?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I'm going through Invincible right now. I'm currently season three, I think.
yeah,
Like about to finish season three. Obviously, I'm really enjoying it. I was talking about this with you before, but the casting that they have in that show, like they literally get the greatest actor ever to play like a side character that's Ed Woodline.
yeah,
I
exactly.
feel like their
And
cast is
points.
yeah,
Jonathan
they can't.
Jonathan Banks is in this show, by the way, and he plays a character called Britt. Now, Britt has like a total of like 10 minutes of screen time in the entire show. I'll be real. I can't believe they did that.
Yeah, I know. Like, but even regardless of that, the castings that they do have and they do use, like, they give a good characters to good voice actors or just actors in general. I think is fantastic. Like, I was talking to you about this before, but Aaron Paul as Powerplex, yeah,
Yeah, Powerplex, yeah.
Aaron Paul as Powerplex. Obviously Stephen Ewan as Invincible. um,
I love Stephen Yeun, man. I love
and
Stephen Yeun.
I love Steven Yeun so much. Is I laughing?
no, genuinely, because every time I think of Stephen Ewan, I think of obviously because he's in Beef as well. So I think of what you did was not nice. Why would you do that? What you did was not nice. But yeah, he's
Stephen
such a
Yeun's the goat,
fantastic
bro.
actor. Yeah, he's a fantastic actor. He's probably, in my opinion, like top in my favorites, not of all time, of course, but in my favorites, he's probably top five.
Mhm. Um,
Hmm.
I don't think there's anything to argue with that. I think he's a decent actor. I really like him. I watched Minari last year. It's an A24 movie, and he is brilliant in that. That movie is so underrated. I think a lot of more people need to watch that. It's a fantastic movie. Stephen Yeun's performance in that is so brilliant. It's a very sad movie, so when you go into it, just disclaimer, it is very sad. Prepare a box of tissues with you. You know, you're gonna cry. I did. It's
What do
peak.
you mean by that, pal?
No,
The
you
box of
to
tissues,
clean
yeah?
your
Okay.
to clean your tears. You sick folks. Um, but yeah, it's an amazing. Yeah, he's an amazing guy. Um, okay, we'll circle back around to Star Wars. Um, Revenge of the Sith is better than Rise of the Skywalker. Rise of Skywalker.
Hold on a minute.
These are the worst
Hold,
agree disagree things ever, bro.
hold on a minute,
Obviously,
pal.
I
I
don't know.
didn't even give.
I put that in. I put that in because of you, Cal. I put that in because of you. Because you said,
I like the Last
"Oh,
Jedi. I like
Revenge of
the
the
Last
Sith is so bad."
Jedi, not the Rise of Skywalker. Don't get it twisted, buddy.
Hold on. I didn't even give my take on the last one, bro.
Did you not?
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
you were
Yeah, yeah.
thinking.
No,
Sorry, I
sorry,
cut
yeah,
you off.
yeah. But honestly, Invincible Peak.
How rude, Hill.
Carl knows how much I like X-Men '97. Like, Carl knows
Bro, I
that.
had to beg him to watch it.
Episode
No, honorable.
5.
No, but Carl knows that Gambit is literally like one of my favorite characters of all time, and that show did my boy well. They actually gave some love to Gambit. Oh yes, they did him so well, and I was so grateful. Do you know what I mean? To like X-Men '97, obviously it's a peak show, but it'll also hold a special place in my heart because I feel like they finally put some respect on Gambit's name. Do you feel what I'm saying?
And
So I think,
Cyclops. And Cyclops
And
as
yeah,
well.
Cyclops, isn't it?
Really.
Cyclops, like in the first 20 minutes, his whole public rep was recovered after 2 decades.
Yeah. To me, my X-Men. Oh my
like
Okay, bro.
gosh. I was literally someone passed the tissues to me right away. Like, holy that
okay,
was peak. That was so good. It was so good. I was literally the animation as well, like the animation is just so good. I mean, it just shows Invincible's potential if it just didn't spend all his budget on a large
yeah.
cast. But yeah, X-Men 97 is really
But
good.
yeah, I'd give my take as X-Men '97 is better. Also, I think, well, not I think. I was gonna ask you guys, what would you think about? Oh, I forget his name. What's it? It's James. Is it James Marsden
Yep.
Yeah,
that plays Hans Zimmer?
yeah, and the
What would you?
Fox.
He's like, isn't he reprising his role as Cyclops?
Yeah. I don't
What?
think he's a bad casting. I think he was
Mhm,
bad writing. It was bad writing. He got done dirty by poor writing. You know, in the Fox movies, they did Cyclops so dirty.
mhm,
Like
mhm.
Cyclops was just a little punk house bitch who was just on the side, and no one really gave a crap about him. I mean, X-Men Last Stand did him horrible, absolutely
Mhm.
horrible, a horrible way out as well. But I think Marsden, he's not a bad actor. I don't think he's
Yeah, yeah, same. I
horrible.
don't necessarily think he's bad. I was just wondering because, like me, if he like him reprising the role to me is fine. Like you said, I completely agree with you. I think it just depends on the writing. So him reprising the role, like I'm not really affected by it. I
You
just wanted
see,
to know what you guys think.
he has the
What
look
about you
of
guys?
Cyclops.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. He's fine as well. Anyways, what do you think, Carl?
I'd tap.
I
Okay.
think that you've mentioned Avengers Doomsday, so I'm gonna kill myself now.
We've talked about this a few times in the pod. I think we will dedicate an episode closer to the time to Avengers Doomsday.
Mhm,
Um,
No, 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 we won't.
well, we need to talk about it. We do need to talk about it. We all know it's going to be buns. I do think Avengers Doomsday will be buns, but who knows, man. We talked
I
about
think
this last episode, didn't we? We talked about this last episode. Dune Part 3 is going to absolutely obliterate the crap out of Avengers Doomsday. But box office sales, let's be real, Doomsday is going to do better than Dune Part 3 box sales. Why? In the box office, I mean, in box
I
office.
can't. Who cares? Who cares?
But yeah, Doom Part 3 is going to absolutely obliterate Doomsday. Um, but yeah, what have I got left down here? Um, Anything you guys want to add as we finish off?
didn't you have one more agree or disagree?
Um, okay, fine. I'll create a new one.
Okay, I don't want to force you, pal. I don't want to force you. If you want to just go home, I'll go home, pal. I'm not gonna force you.
No, I think it was Carl. I told Carl to create one, and he's like,
Go
no.
on. Agree or disagree? Superman is better than every Phase One film. Superman 25.
So kill,
Disagree.
so kill, Carl.
Disagree, bro. I know you
What's
glaze the
better than
hell out of
Phase One? Wait, what's better than
I
Phase One?
I know you glaze the hell out of Superman, but like, come
No,
on.
I listen. You know, I have like more than you two. I have critiques of Superman 25. But what's better than Phase One?
I mean, me personally, I really like Captain America: First Avenger. I th
Okay.
I think it's a really good movie.
I think Superman's better, but I think the first half of Captain America: First Avenger and the last scene are just.
I I think I think Captain America: The First Avenger is the best Phase One movie. I think it's better than Avengers. I know that might be
I
offensive.
like Avengers more, but I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah,
I
honestly, I think. So go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I was just gonna yap on a bit.
No, I was gonna say that I just agree with you. I think for me, the Captain America movies are some of the most consistent movies in Marvel. Like
Yeah.
First Avengers peak,
Well,
Winter Soldier's peak, Civil War's peak, Brave New World. Oh my god! No, obviously not Brave New World. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. But that trilogy of Captain America, I think that's some of Marvel's best. Like if you're going trilogies for trilogies, obviously like nothing can touch the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogies. But
Peak.
like my personal preference, I think Captain America is up there.
Yeah.
Like if someone were to come up to me and just be like if they were to ever ask me name your top 10 superheroes, Captain America would not be on that list at all. And I'll be honest, like no obviously no disrespect to Cap, but he would not be on my top 10 list. He probably wouldn't even be my top 20, respectfully. But if you're asking me just to like give my opinion on that trilogy, I think it's a great trilogy. Like I feel like Captain America is one of them superheroes where if you were to be asked about them, you wouldn't say like praise them that much. But once you've watched a movie, well, like once you watched any of the movies besides Brave New World, then you'll realize how much of a goat like Captain America is. Do you know what I mean? Like you have to have
Outside of X-Men universe, I
yeah
mean,
yeah yeah,
oh
there's not
yeah,
much to
bro.
go in the X-Men universe. I
I
mean,
don't know why he's.
they keep changing. They even did the same thing in X-Men '97, which is crazy. I mean, they're staying true to the comics, but like, whoa, chief, like that's not Captain America, you know? Cal,
no.
your mic is lagged out a bit. You want to repeat
Oh, sorry. Why does he become racist in X Men comics?
that? Exactly, yeah. You know, it's
I
like
think for the next Cap, we should probably just have like whoever played Spider-Man Lotus to just like
in the X-Men, just in the X-Men universe, he just comes in to play Captain America.
yeah. No, but that's actually crazy. I don't know why they made him racist, but I don't
That
know.
is
Hey,
probably
yo.
the poorest choice in Marvel comics, I think, is one of the weirdest decisions they
Yeah,
made.
that's this, bro. There's a mountain of stuff we can get into.
No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not the policy.
We could
I
we
said
could dedicate all of
Green
this.
Goblin, can't they? Huh? Huh?
We just gonna ignore what you said. Um,
No, didn't the Green Goblin like crack Aunt May or crack Gwen Stacy or some shit?
I think that's been retconned.
he cracked
I'll be
Gwen
honest, I
What?
Stacy's
don't read
back,
Modern
that's for sure.
Spider-Man anymore.
I
I
don't
don't
give
read
a
Modern Spider-Man.
fuck. My eyes still have to see that, bro. I still have to read that. I don't give a fuck.
Well, no, I think one of the most craziest things in the X-Men universe, much more crazy than Captain America. Cal might know what I'm about to talk about. Colossus and Kitty Pryde, bro. Can we just talk about that?
He
You know
is
what?
my favorite mutant, so this is like,
Yeah, I don't think we should talk too much about it. But he needs to be on EDP watch ASAP. Someone contact Gideon. Get Colossus, get the hell out of there. That was crazy. That was probably the most craziest thing to happen in X-Men. Okay, that was the second episode of Geeked. Please show some love and support on this episode if you enjoyed it, whether you're watching this on Spotify or on YouTube. Please feel free to drop a follow and subscribe. But yeah, that this has been Geeked, and I hope you enjoyed it. Any opinions or thoughts, please feel free to share them with us. We'd love to talk about it. If you have any questions that you wish to ask us about our opinions, feel free to leave them as well, and we'll answer them in next week's episode. But yeah, that's about it. See ya.